Hello everyone, thank you for listening and watching. My name is Nefertiti and you can find me on the web at onebodywm.com. My Instagram links are also listed below. So today's video is about expectations, which is a real dilemma for light workers. Often our expectations do not correspond with reality due to our sensitivity, due to our ability to see things beyond what is actually being presented. Expectations can lead to blame and not taking personal responsibility for our lives. So it's very important for us as light workers, as empaths, to be empowered, to be able to stand in our own power and truth and know what our truth is. We expect people to understand us, but often they don't unless they are also light workers or on that spiritual path. Always remember that one of the reasons for us being here as light workers, as way showers, as star seeds, is to be a light to the darkness, not to preach to the choir. Brené Brown says that expectations are resentments waiting to happen. And Shakespeare said that expectations are the root of all heartache. Going with the flow of life is a higher perspective to have than expectation, because the one thing that is constant in life is change. So what does expectation look like? Expectation looks like assumptions. And we've all heard that quote, when you make assumptions, you make an ass out of yourself, right? We can't assume anything. Demands are also a way that expectation shows up. So if you've gotten maybe stiffed or you weren't satisfied with the product or service and you demand a refund or you demand certain things to happen because you're not satisfied, that's also an expectation. And that could be good or bad, but it is an expectation. Manipulation is another subtle way that expectation shows up, because you don't expect life to give you what it is that you want and need. You don't expect to be supported and guided. You feel like you have to manipulate people and situations. It kind of looks like this. If you're asking for guidance from the universe, instead of you being patient and waiting for an answer, you immediately try to get in there and start doing things to help things move along because you don't trust the process. Laziness is another way that expectation shows up. A great life is not just going to fall out of the damn sky. You have to work at it. You have to chisel and bang away at your craft. You have to be willing to do the work involved in order to get the life that you want, in order to live the life that you want, in order for you to move to higher levels. Obligation is another way that expectation shows up. And this is expectation from the outside world. So you feel obligated to take care of things. You feel obligated to take care of people. You feel obligated to do this, to do that. This is all based on expectation. And I think it's important to know the difference between expectations and high standards. Expectations, like I mentioned, are outer world focused. High standards comes from your inner world, the things that are true and hold value to you, the things that are meaningful to you. Don't ever measure your progress with somebody else's ruler, and don't measure someone else's progress with your own ruler. We're all on our own separate journey. Yes, we are connected, but we are individualized expressions of this whole. We all have lessons to learn. We all have lessons to teach. We all have our own lives to live. And it's not up to you to decide whether or not somebody is successful. It's helpful to lower your expectations of other people and to raise the expectations of yourself. And don't wait for everything to be perfect in life to go after your dreams and a life that you enjoy, because things will never be perfect. Situations will never be ideal. So don't expect that. I got pregnant with my son when I was homeless. I mean, that was definitely unexpected, but that was the fuel that I needed to get my life in order, to wake up and see that I was living in a lot of delusion. I had a lot of people around me that I couldn't trust, that didn't support me, that actually were holding me back. And I'm not blaming them, because I allowed these people to be in my life. I allowed these situations to go on, but I didn't know it at the time. So don't expect everything to be perfect. And most people cannot read minds. So don't expect everybody to know what you want and need. Ask for what you want, and don't be afraid to hear the answer no. And deal with people based on who you are, not on who they are. It's very easy for us to look down on people, to criticize people, to judge people based on our own expectations of them, our own expectations of how they should behave, how they should be conducting themselves. But remember, that is not up to us. That is up to them. And we have no control over what other people do. We can only control our actions, our desires, and our own expectations of ourselves. So thank you so much for listening and watching. I hope this video was helpful for you. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you like my content. And if you wish to support my work, my PayPal and Venmo links are listed below. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.